I tell you a quick story about the calves. I've always had tight calves for years, and then very recently someone said the calves are the most uncooperative muscle. So where it's easy to stretch things like quads and shoulders and everything else, what they say is you've got to stretch your calves for twice as long as any other muscle. And I was like, oh, that's why. And with the calves as well, like for example, your hips, there's like 100 different stretches. For your calves, there's not many stretches. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do less stretches, but each one will be longer. And hopefully, relieving your calves will help to relieve tension in your hamstring and your back. That's the idea, because it's all connected, okay? All right, so this is the rolling stick. It is quite painful, but you decide the amount of intensity. So what happens is you sit up and place the stick right underneath your knee, okay? Now you decide how much you sit. So if you get to there and you're like, ow, that hurts, or if you want to sit all the way down, you can. Now you can just sit on the stick and go, that's a shock, or you can roll down very slowly. Now you need to take some of the weight off, otherwise the stick won't go. So for example, this is what I mean about it taking longer to do. I would do this 3 repetitions, but today we're going to do it 6. So I roll it all the way down to my heel, and then I sit up, bring the stick back, and then roll it down again. Again, you don't have to go at the speed of me, and if you find a place in your leg, you're like, no, that's the bit, I just want to leave it there, you can do that as well. But for me, rolling the stick down is a good one. So that's 2. That's 3. This is 5. One more time. Excellent. You can put your stick to one side. So basically your calf is divided into 2 parts. The meaty bit, that's your calf. The bottom bit, that's your ankle, okay? So there's calf flexibility and ankle flexibility, and a lot of people get confused between the two, which one is stiff. So we're going to do some tests, okay? So stand up. And if you have trouble sitting down, what you can do is put a block behind you to sit on. But the idea is you're trying to sit down as low as you can and stand up. So we're just warming up the ankles now, okay? So again, if you're okay, sit down, stand up. 1. Sit down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Now, I've just started a yoga class where literally almost everyone in the class can do this next move, and I can't do it. So I'm just being honest with you. I'm using it with a block. So if you can get your forearm to the floor, that's fantastic. So what they do is in the squat now, they go forward and put their forearm on the floor. And for whatever reason, I can't do that. So just put it on the block here. That's it. You can make the block different heights. And then put your left down. And then put both forearms down. Good. And then take your hands out to the side. And we're going to take one arm up. And you put your hand on the block if you want. We're going to make circles with that arm. Change direction. And change up. Change direction. Okay, and last one, we're going to do a little bit of a bind. So a half bind is where you take the hand behind and take the other arm behind. A full bind is when you connect your fingers together, which is quite tough. But it's a sort of checkpoint marker. Is your ankle flexibility getting better? Is your chest and shoulder stretch? Then go the other way. So half bind, just take one hand in front of the leg, other hand behind you. If you want to do a full bind, grab onto your leg. So what happens on the inside? That's it. There you go. It's okay. Binds are tough, but it's a nice little test to see if your flexibility is improving. Okay, and stand up. So there's more you can do with the ankles, but they're like the standard ones. So again, you can take a block to the wall. You've got very flexible calves, but again, not necessary. Again, if I can just show you from the side, because once I have the wall in front of me, you won't be able to see me. I've got my foot pressed against the wall, and I'm on my knee. Doesn't matter if your foot's on tiptoes or not. And I try and get my hands to the wall. Then I try and get my hands lower and lower with my foot fully pressed against the wall and my hands fully pressed to the wall. Now, if that's easy, you can put a yoga block between your foot and the wall. And if that's easy, you can put 2 yoga blocks. But again, I don't think any of us are that flexible. But we'll see. So Nick, if you want to borrow one of my yoga blocks, go for it. But we'll see, okay? Yeah, do it try first. Again, we're spending a long time on these stretches. So just getting your foot to the wall for some of you will be tricky. So try and get your foot as flat as possible to the wall. Now, put your hands against the wall, and what I would do is I'd do a deep breath, or even 2 breaths at each stage. So walk the hands a little bit further down. We're going to do 3 rounds of this, so just change foot. Start with your hands high. Take a deep breath at every stage. Then breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, relax. When you feel you can go down a little bit further, breathe in. Fantastic. Round number 2. So you can go back and just put your foot against the wall if that was tough for you, or if you put your hand quite far down the wall, you can put a yoga block or an object in between the wall and your foot. And start up high and then move down. change legs. Okay, good. Round number 3. I'm going to try 2 yoga blocks. I've never done this before. But I'm definitely feeling more loose in my calf. We'll see. Okay, last round.
Are you able to get like that?
I'm able to get down in line with my toes, which I'm quite impressed with because my calves feel. I haven't been running because I pulled my hamstring. I haven't been able to run. So I thought, oh, I'll give my calf time to heal. But it's still stiff. I don't understand why. But now, because my hamstring's so tight, I feel this more in my hamstring than my calf. Which I guess isn't a bad thing. Okay, 6 feet. Okay, come on. Good. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to do our regular yoga flow. But in between each pose, I'm going to spend longer in down dog to work on the calves. Do you understand? So again, what you can do is if you've got an injury, is you can just emphasize one part of your practice more than another, but still do the whole practice. Okay, so we're just going to do some basic yoga poses for the next 10 minutes. So again, just stand where you feel comfortable, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, swan dive down. Put a generous bend in your legs. That's enough. Breathe in, straighten, breathe out, step back. Lower down, and lift, cool. Come on, into your first down dog, and from here push through the hands, bend one leg, and straighten the other. And try and push that heel into the floor, hold for as long as you want, and then change. So something I'm doing to make the stretch more intense, instead of just bending, I'm lifting the foot off the floor. And that, to me, puts a lot more pressure on the calf. Last one. Now we're going to sweep the leg up and bring it through to warrior one. Breathe in. Come up. I'm just going to spend 3 breaths here. So a little thing for your ankle flexibility is the more you point the toes forward, the more you're going to stretch your ankle. So if your foot's out to the side, it's not going to stretch at all. The more you point the toe forward, the more it'll be in. And bring the hands down. It's okay, it's tough. And then sweep back. Into a down dog. Lift the other leg up. Sweep through. Again. Turn that back toe as far forward as you can. Use the core to lift. Hands down. Optional vinyasa. Come up to the cobra or up dog. And then down, down. Okay, this time I'm going to come up onto the toes and I'm going to push the heels down. So lift both heels up as high as you can. Push both heels down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each time try and get those heels a little bit lower. 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, sweep the right leg up. Swing it through to warrior 1. Come up. Move the foot across, warrior 2. Then we're going to chill out in warrior 2. Couple of breaths. Bend that front knee, Jess. I said, so get a little bit lower. Okay. And extended side angle. Bring the hands up back to warrior 2. Flip the front palm and reverse warrior. Bring the hands down. Sweep back into your down dog. Take a breath. And lift the left leg up. Sweep it through. Warrior 1. And to warrior 2. Forward into extended side angle. Let's come back. Flip the front palm. Reverse warrior. And swan dive down. Optional vinyasa, either a cobra or up dog. And we'll do one more round. So, hang on. This time what you're going to do is you're going to lift that back leg up and then touch it down. Lift it up and touch it down. And all the time you're standing, heel is pushing into the floor. Just up as high as you can, back down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the next one now, sweep it through. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. If you want to put a modification like reaching to the floor or a block, you can. Or you can just lift it to the leg again. Come up, warrior 2. Flip the palm. Reverse warrior. Straighten that front leg. Come up. And slide forward. And triangle pose. Bend that front knee, top hand on the hip, bring the back leg in, walk the hand forward onto a block, and come up for half moon pose. Other hand in. That's it. And best to keep it on the block. So your foot's like a side kick, toes are out. And then as smooth as you can, drop the back leg and come into warrior two. As smooth as you can. Yes. Swan dive the hands down. Take the leg back. Down dog. And again, we're going to do those pulses on the other side now, okay? The left leg lifting, pushing the right leg into the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time, sweep it through, warrior 1, and come up. Foot across, warrior 2. Steady side angle, either on your top of your leg or come to the floor or block. Make sure shoulders are in line. Come up. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the leg. And then bring the hands up. Tip forward for triangle pose. Bring your leg, foot, block or floor. Make sure the shoulders are in line. Hand on your hip, bend the front knee, walk the back leg in, put your hands on the block or the floor, and lift up for half an hour. And as smooth as you can, drop back for warrior 2. And then bring your hands to the front, and then take your leg back, down dog, and bend your knees, and come back in the child's pose. Now, I'll just tell you a quick story. I'm going to try and replicate this great calf stretch, okay? I told you before about just hanging your heels off the side of a step, yeah? Obviously, we can't do that here because we don't really have a step. You can use the bench, but as soon as more than one person uses the bench, there's potential for an accident. That's not his job, basically. So I'll tell you a quick story. Jess, you won't appreciate this because you don't drive. But for anyone who fills up petrol, if you pull your car up to the side, there's always a little pavement bit, concrete pavement. Get your car really close to it, lean against your car, put your feet against the pavement and push your legs against it. Best calf stretch in the world. So we're going to try and simulate that calf stretch now using the Wave Riders. I don't know if it's going to work, but if we can simulate it in the Dojang, excellent. Because obviously I only fill my car up like maybe once a week. So that means I can only have this calf stretch there. But if I can do it in the Dojang, fantastic. Because it's better, this is what I'm trying to say. For me, the one at the petrol station is better than just hanging your heels off the side. So if you just bring that out a little bit, Nick, and I'll bring this one out a little bit. Okay. It's going to be quite close to the wall, and I'll take a little bit of adjustment. Yes, if you take this one here. So what you want, guys, is you want it close to the wall like this. That's it, like that, yeah. Okay. Give me one more. Bring one more out. Like I say, guys, it might take a bit of adjustment.
Yeah.
So I'll take that one there. Okay. So let me just everyone gather around so you can see. I'll experiment this now. This is all an experimentation. So if you just watch me from the side. So I've got my back to the wall, and I push, and try to push my heels in there. Yeah? A little bit, oh, out, a bit further out. There's something about that petrol one is great. Because I want to be quite, that's the stretch you want there, okay? So again, it's an experiment. If it doesn't work, let me know. But again, the time limit I was told is 3 minutes. So that's quite a long time. So if you can't take 3 minutes, just do as long as you can, okay? But 3 minutes is a long time. So I'll just set the timer. So Jess, if you come over on this one. That's it, there's one there for you. One here for you guys. Let me take this one out. I'll take this one over here. Way. That will do. It's going to be against the pass. Come over around it. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I told you it's going to take a little bit of experimentation. That's it. Oh no! Way. And what you can also do is, in this position, you can bend one leg and straighten the other as well, as you wish. We're just going to hold this stretch for 3 minutes. Okay? Ready, and go for it. So if it's too close, just move it a little bit further away. Like I say, there's a sweet spot, but again, this is a new stretch for me. That's it, I found the sweet spot. So Jess, you want those heels to hang. Now if your legs don't hurt at all, that means your calves aren't tight, and I envy you. But for most of us, especially when we walk around all day, and run about all day, or ride our bikes all day, calves get tight. So we just need to chill out here, watch TV, read a book. So if you want to break up the monotony now, what you can do is bend one leg and put all the intensity in one leg for a minute. Or if you want to keep with the two, you can. But I find bending one leg makes the one side more intense. In your house, if you've got a nicely spaced door frame, you can also put your feet against the door frame. But it's got to be the right distance apart. It can't be too narrow or too wide. Okay, and if you're just going on one leg, just swap over to the other leg now. Okay, and come out with it. Oh, look at that, 3 minutes ban on. Good stuff. Alright? So after that intense stretch, we're still going to use the wall. Just go to the side of your wave rider now. Finish my wave rider. So this is what I call flossing your calf out. Now, if you've been quite intense, we're going to floss it out now. So again, I'll show you from the side, but the wall's better. You've got your hands on the wall. Your front leg is relatively close. Now, in order for the stretch to work, both toes need to be facing the wall. And all I do with my hands on the wall is try and bend my knee until my knee touches the wall. Now, maybe it doesn't touch, but you'll feel intense. And you just go in and out. in and out. So we're going to do that now, again, for quite a long time, for a whole minute, okay, of flossing your calf out, okay? So just set the timer, ready, and go for it. You've got your one foot close to the wall, other leg back until you feel a stretch. You can also bend your elbows to the wall as well, in and out. And try and keep the connection of both feet flat to the floor. If you can't feel anything, take that back foot further away from the wall. Okay, and switch legs. And when you're ready, go for it. And rest. Last one now, you have both feet back and you do like a little push up against the wall. Okay, so you bend your arms. If bend your arms difficult, just push your hips forward, just don't let your back bend too much, okay? So nice and light and ready, go for it. Okay, rest, come out of it. So come back to the floor. We're going to finish off with some test the calf stretches. So a lot of the problem with the floor ones is it will have to do with your hamstring flexibility as well. So if you've got very poor hamstring flexibility, it might not be your calf, it might be your hamstring, but they're connected. So when you stretch your leg, you're always stretching your calf and your hamstring. So if you can't do it, that's fine. So number one, and again, these tests get progressively harder. You just hold on to the top of your foot and then stretch it out in front of you. Okay? So that's test number one. Okay? I want to do it, Andrew, instead of going to the side like I normally do, go right over the top. So it's more of a calf stretch. Do you see the difference, yeah? So that one's quite straightforward, okay? And then you change legs, try the other side. These are just testers to see, like, is my calf improving? But again, Jess, it's got to do with your hamstring as well. So it might not be your calf. Your calf might be perfectly fine, but your hamstring's bad, therefore you can't do it, okay? And then a little fun one, you grab both of the top of them and try and straighten both your legs. And that takes a little bit of core and balance. Well done, Em. Holding is hard. Okay? But again, it's a nice little party trick for your friends, okay? So that's number one. Now, again, I always remember doing this when Ellie Mae was in class and she just picked her heel up and her heel came about a couple of inches off the floor. So for some people, just grabbing the foot here will be very, very intense on their calf and hamstring. The test is, can I lift my heel off? Now I can lift it off an inch and a bit. Nick's got a little bit higher and just a lot higher, yeah? Just being able to keep your foot flat on the floor but lift that heel off the floor. And that to me is one of the most intense calf stretches. So I can do it now because I've warmed up, alright? So we'll go back to the other leg. Now I might not be able to do it on this side because I've got a hamstring injury, but we'll see. Yeah, that's not bad. Calf flexibility is pretty good. Just being able to lift the heel off the floor. Okay, very good. Now, this one sucks more. Instead of grabbing it with same side hand, you're going to try and grab it with opposite hand, which again is difficult, takes a lot of hamstring flexibility, and then pick the heel off the floor. And that is so intense. Oh, deep breath. Try and breathe naturally. Yeah? Very good, everyone. That's fantastic. Yeah, feeling the shoulders right. I always love these stretches that get everything. Right, this is going to be intense. Can I reach it? This one's going to lift. Yeah, lift. Fantastic. And the toughest one is to grab with both hands and then lift. Make you look like you're going to explode. So again, like when you, the reason I say when you grimace, that's your body having a neurological response to it where you're resisting, okay? So I know you're in pain, but try and smile and breathe naturally, okay? And the other side, I'm not going to be able to do this one. Oh, I can. Cool. And down. And then you just do these same stretches with your legs out wide. So again, take your legs out as comfortable as you can. I know we haven't done any hip or abductor stretches today, so you might go, oh, this is tight just on its own. But I'm just trying to show you how you can add these little calf stretches into your regular stretches. Does that make sense? Like we've deep dived and isolated the calf. But now, like the yoga flow, you can, if your calves are tight, you can kind of add it to your stretch. So instead of just reaching for your toes, reach for your toes and try and lift up your heel. And again, if you can't reach your foot, you can use a strap. That's what the strap's there for. Okay? And the other side. Reach and lift. Now this one won't work. So in theory, I should be able to reach my foot with this hand and pick my heel up. Let's give that a go. Give me a foot. I can't lift it up now. I can reach it, but I cannot lift that heel up. Well done, Andrea. That's superb. Well done, well done. I can reach it, but I can't lift my heel up. And then this one, oh, seems so far away. Yeah, my heel is lifted. Okay. So next level will be reaching with two hands. Oh, a little tip, before you do it, just do this. Doing that will apparently make you a little bit more flexible. I think it's a placebo trick, but let's give it a go. All right, now reach. Oh look, it was much easier. Mad that, isn't it? Oh. Work for you, Em? It's crazy, right? Every time I do it, I go like, oh, this is just, I'm just making this up. When other people work as well, I go, oh, it must work. Lift the heel. Okay, so now come and give your legs a bit of a shake. Last one now, this is my nemesis. So to go forward and reach for my toes is hard anyway. So try and just go forward and reach for your toes. There's no way my heels are lifting. But if you're flexible, like if there was a flexible piece, oh, I lift my heels. But it hurts so much. So this is a stretch I should do every day, but I don't, therefore I have tight calves. Oh, okay guys, give it a shake. So that is the intense calf, I don't know why you call it calf beating, calf TLC, however you look at it, but my calves feel better than they did before this stretch session, so hopefully you feel as well. So if you want a deep dive on muscle, I can do that, or we can do the regular stretches. It's just, last week my hamstring was really hurting, and then today I had to be Spider-Man, and I was like, I'm going to hobble over to this kid, like let alone kick. Felt like I was just, I'm not going to be able to do anything, because my calves were hurting so much and I didn't understand, because I haven't used them. Okay, well done guys, awesome job.